Hey, so I feel like I'm sitting in the dark here. There we go. A little less dark. So, I'm doing another video. I know, 2 in a week, we're doing real great here. But this one I think is one that really needs to get done. Or at least for me it does. I have been, talking to some people lately online and in person. And something that's been kind of bugging me is that I get a lot of couples that approach me and are like, hey, you want to join us? And all of this, and I'm like, you know what? Yes, I am poly. Yes, I go both ways. But what really bothers me is the fact that it's it's more of a I would be the second wife as it's usually referred to in the poly lifestyle. But I'm not the type to be the second wife, if that makes sense. I'm more the one to gather people around me in a relationship. I'm the one who's more tending to be, and I feel like I'm like not looking at the camera because I've got my phone turned sideways. So we're gonna do this. There we go. I feel like I'm actually looking at the camera now, not off to the side. But I'm the one who tends to bring people into my relationship. I'm the one that tends to have people come around me in the relationship. So I guess I'm the weird one out because I don't look to be the second wife in a relationship. I look more to be the main wife and then have like a husband and then a second husband or boyfriend then second boyfriend kind of thing. And a lot of people have it in their heads that it's always, one person and then, you add you've got the man and then you add the wives onto there. That's not me. That's nothing like I would do. And please forgive me. I'm filming this like right around the hour. And my grandmother has a whole bunch of chiming clocks in the house. I'm not going to sit here and try to count them, but I can guarantee you there are 2 of them in the room I'm filming this in right now. And here in the next probably 10 minutes they will be going off. And I've got 2 of them right by the stairs where I'm filming because I'm in the basement in the living room. But back to the whole thing at hand. I just heard a clock go off, so that's why I wanted to warn y'all that this would be happening. But my biggest issue is like, I'm not the one to be, the first wife or the second wife or, you know, wife, whatever. I seem to be like the odd one out that I'm the one that like, oh, I've got, the first boyfriend, the second boyfriend, the first girlfriend, or the third person in the relationship or whatever it be. And for me, this is just, I seem to be the odd one out, and I thought about posting on the group that I belong to, asking, am I the only odd one out? I'm not the second wife kind of person. I'm more the one who seeks out the rest of my partners. That my relationship forms around me. Because that's the way it was with my last ones. I had the first one, who is the one that broke up with me because he wants to work things out with his ex. which you will see a lot about him on here. You really will. You know, he was the first one in the relationship. Well, we tried, early on in our relationship because my ex-husband, who I will do a piece on, not right now, probably around April 7th because that was our anniversary. But, you know, because when my ex-husband and I were together, we were in a technical open relationship. I really didn't care. I knew what it was. He was just trying to screw anything he could because I refused to put out. So, my ex at the time, my ex now, at the time, my, potential partner, he agreed to do the open relationship thing, and he set me up with somebody who turns out to at that time be our, the third in our relationship, and again, the third in our relationship recently before we broke up, um, which the third is also now the ex-boyfriend, but that's more of a, he needs to work on himself and realize he needs to stop lying to me and not telling me everything. Because I do know more than I'm given credit for. That's how I found out he was cheating on me last time, even though he denies it. But she can give me exact details to where the freckles lay and the exact dimensions of his manhood. Yeah, I know things. But, so I've got, the two guys, and like I said, we tried it, the three of us in the beginning. It didn't work because, as I said, he cheated on me in the beginning. The second guy in the relationship, not the first. So we're just going to call them R and D, because those are the first initials of the names that I've known them by forever. So R is the ex that stumped me for his ex-wife, and then D is the third in the relationship that I've had. So he was, that was the first third that we tried. And of course, I always, the new potential in the relationship. And there goes the clock, as promised. I always, prove, I always check with the, with whoever I'm in a relationship with before we, bring in the third. Are you okay with this? Okay, great. Well, for me, it wasn't I okayed it. It was R okayed D becoming our third originally. And I'm like, okay, he's cute, I don't really care. I'll have some fun with him. What I didn't realize at the time, though, was that he's actually somebody I've known forever. That almost got me in a lot of trouble. Hopefully, the woman who is related to D through his first wife, and there's a second clock, told ya, within 10 minutes, never sees these because she will probably kick my ass. Because her sister was involved in that first one. But I'm not allowed to say anything about her sister. Really, well, there's some information I know about her sister that I'm not allowed to tell anybody. I've told one person, and that's my mother, because it's my mother, and I tell her pretty much everything. She, though, does not know the exact dimensions of the guys and where freckles may or may not lay on both of them. But, so for me, being poly is difficult because, I get approached by a lot of couples, and it's like, I tend to gravitate towards, like, half of the couple, not both halves of the couple. And I've been approached by several couples in the past, and even now that I've changed my status, because I do go both ways. And my problem anymore is that, I'm not willing to really join a relationship unless I click with both people. And that's my biggest problem is like half of the relationship will contact me and talk to me. Or I click really well with half of the relationship and don't click with the other half of the relationship. I can't do that. It's like, you guys want to share me, because I am bisexual. That brings up a lot of problems because it's like, I have a very specific type of guy I'm attracted to. Girls, I admit my dream girl is Barbie. Okay, I know I'm never gonna end up with her. I'm okay with that. But I do have a type, kind of, that I like with girls. And yes, I am willing to overlook the way somebody looks for their personality. But if they have a great personality and they look good, let's be honest, then I am a total sucker for that. Like somebody I've met recently who would actually be perfect in a relationship with me, but he doesn't want relationships anymore. At least not more than friends that have some fun together. I'm okay with that. But I'm also hoping eventually he might change his mind. But, my problem is, again, I'm the center of my relationships. I seem to be the odd one out in that one. My biggest thing, and this is why I run into so many problems with my third, is he's not honest with me. Like I said, I've tried the whole, I've done a couple of poly relationships in the past. I had technically even with my ex, well, my ex-husband, not our, but my ex-husband. Technically, I had one going with him. We just never labeled it correctly as a poly relationship because it was my ex-husband, me, and then another guy that I'm still friends with who has the most wonderful little girl I have ever met. She is my daughter. I claim her as my daughter, even though I never gave birth to her. I met her when she was 2 years old, and she was an amazing little girl, and I'm sure she's becoming an even more amazing girl. But that to me she's my daughter. I took care of her and everything. I mean, my friend practically lived with us for when we were at the apartment. I was at the apartment with my ex just because he didn't like spending all of his time at home by himself. So he would come spend the time with me at the apartment. And I will get more into him and that whole situation at the time in another video because it is a very complicated story. Um, but yeah, so for me, it's just all of this is being poly can be so confusing sometimes. But like I said, I'm not the one to be the second wife. I'm not the one to join an existing relationship usually because I don't want to be in a relationship with both parties. I've had somebody that tried to get me to do that at one point, and the girl the girl was like way too clingy and got pissy when I said I'm not willing to, start a relationship yet. I'm willing to, see where things go, but I'm not willing to start a relationship yet. And she got all pissy, and she got her, husband to get all pissy at me, and it's like I could have had a really good friend in her husband. I really could have. I liked him better than I did her, but I just couldn't because she got all pissy with me because I wasn't ready to be called girlfriend. But at the time, I just, left my, I had just left my husband's house, and I'm sorry I wasn't ready to start a relationship yet. Forgive me if, he kicked me out February 2nd. We were looking at, 2-3 weeks after that. I wasn't ready to start a new relationship. I wonder why. And that's the problem. I get a lot of that. I can't do that kind of stuff. You know, my latest problem has been I've gotten a couple of couples that, one of them, they know that I am, they know about the fact that I am poly. She's the one who invited me to the poly group. I'm more attracted to her than I am her husband. I would rather be with her than her husband. But I know that doesn't always work out. I'm okay if, I end up in a relationship with somebody and it's like, for example, my ex-girlfriend. She only wanted a relationship with me. She didn't want a relationship with R. Okay, it's fine with me. I didn't mind. I didn't care. I really didn't. It's like, okay, you're gonna be my girlfriend. Great. You're gonna have to understand that he's gonna be, in the bedroom with us sometimes. That's all I can tell you. But then then I've got another couple. They just want to take me to bed, which is going to spawn another video that I probably will record tonight but upload later. But they just want me for sex. On that one, I'm just like, no. If we meet up and I'm attracted to both of you, personality wise, physically wise, okay, sure. We'll try it. But she's trying to, this is probably breaking the secrecy of it all, but whatever, most people don't watch this. I think my first video, last I looked, has 1 view, and I know it's not me. But she wants to secretly pay me to have sex with her husband. Because trying to find a girl that'll sleep with him is very difficult, apparently. I'm like, well, you got a lot of girls that find out he's already in a relationship, they're gonna say no. Just as simple as that. And for me, I don't know what he looks like. I know what she looks like. She's not really my type, so that's more of a problem for me. And if R and I ever end up back together, I'm going to have to tell him, you say no. You say no, you say no, you say no. Because I'm not attracted to her. I don't see anything with her. Again, personality, she might be great, but she's constantly pestering me for nudes. No, I don't keep those on my phone. Closest I have to that kind of a picture is me in a pink teddy that I bought for R as a surprise gift because I felt like there was something going wrong. It was I needed to feel pretty, and at the same time I bought it in pink because pink is R's favorite color. While currently in my purple, I am wearing D's favorite color. Mine is green. Interesting combination if you actually put them together, if you get the right shades. Which our shades actually do look really good together. But that's beside the point. But this is my problem, and I don't know whether I should post in the group saying something about this, saying, am I the odd one out here? Because I know a lot of you are looking for your, second or whatever wife, and I'm not wanting to be that half the time. If I come into an existing relationship, I usually only gravitate towards half of the relationship, and it's usually not the half that, really is who is pursuing me. Because I have a type and I admit it. If I do post after this video, I will let you know in the next one, or whichever one I do. But if anyone is watching this and I haven't, and I'll probably even put it in the description or a little thing, somewhere on the screen that says, yep, I posted it. Let me know what you think. Because like I said, I seem to be the odd one out, being the center of my relationships. So, it feels good to get that off my chest, so thanks for listening, whoever is. Bye!